So with the gutsy win from the Dallas Mavericks tonight, the series is now with Denver 2-2 apiece. And wait, I forgot. We got screwed in Game 3, so it's still 3-1. And Dallas is still on the brink of elimination. I had to throw that in there. I mean, you look at it after this win, great win for Dallas. One, of course, we had to have. We lose, we're out. But then you look at, if that game was called right in the last game, we're tied at 2. And this is going back to Denver, all evened up with a guaranteed Game 6 in Dallas. But that's not the case. And, even in this game, we had to put up with 5, 6 techs on Dallas, most of them not warranted, in my opinion. And, of course, the flagrant on Melo was waived, of course. I mean, he plays for Denver, of course. So, Dallas fought through all of that, and Dirk Nowitzki, of course, with his 44 points and 13 rebounds, really came through for Dallas today. Huge, really the main factor why we won this game. A guy I can't leave out, though, is, of course, Josh Howard, who's playing on 2, I don't know how bad they are, but they look like they're pretty bad hurt ankles. You can tell every time he goes hard to the basket, when they slow-mos, he's grimacing on his face. He's in pain the whole game. But he's playing pretty much all his minutes, being a contributor the entire time, and a main factor to why we're still alive in this series. No, Denver fans, I'm not going to get on here and pump my chest and say, ha, we got you guys, or whatever. This is the first time we beat you all year. And I'm happy, of course, I'm happy we won. I get to watch my team at least one more time Wednesday night. But, you look at it, y'all didn't have Birdman, and he wasn't much of a factor in Game 3. He's more of a road. He really feeds off the home crowds, and that's what we're going to go into in Game 5. He wasn't much of a factor in Game 3. He fouled out early. But, you didn't have him, and that's a huge defensive guy you take off the board, and we won by 2 points. And when you still look at it, even though most of the points, the deficit in the first 2 games were in the fourth quarter, that's still part of the game. Y'all won by 14 and 12 at y'all's house. We lost by 1, should have won by 2 in Game 3, but still close margin, and today we won by 2. So you can definitely see the disparity there. Denver is the more talented team right now. But I'm not going to count my Mavericks out. I'm going to, until the Denver Nuggets earn 4 wins on this team, Dallas is still alive. But just got to talk about Dirk, just really stepping up as a leader on this team. You realize, with games like this, you see why all the jerseys in the crowd are for him. But really, and another guy who is really just really jumping up on my favorite players meter is Brandon Bass. Brandon Bass is consistent hard worker, has a great jump shot inside the perimeter, and really came alive when he wants to, blocking shots and being a defensive presence. Dampier needs to get off the court. Dampier had 6 fouls, was completely unproductive. The most productive thing he did today was Dirk got blocked, got bounced back to Damp, so Damp kicked it out to Jason Kidd, and Kidd hit a 3. Dampier, the only reason he's on the floor really is because we have a contract that we have to keep him there, and he's the biggest guy. He has games, but most of the time he's stupid and messes things up. So I'd rather, the reason we can't keep Bass out there is because, he's not as big as Damp is. But I would much rather see Bass because we can run with Bass, and that's what we need to do. We have to keep up with Denver. It's still like, even though we won today, you can tell by the score, it's like pulling teeth to beat this team. This Denver team is very good. And, every time they went down and didn't get a basket on a possession, we had to capitalize because they score so effortlessly, especially Carmelo Anthony, who had a monster game, 41 points. I think they said earlier, and I gotta agree with him. He probably scores the easiest of anybody in the NBA. The way he gets his points, it looks like he's not even trying. Chauncey Billups is a solid leader, had his stuff, but Dallas had enough to win the game today. It felt like deja vu at the end. In Game 3, we had a 4-point lead with 28 seconds left. Today, we had a 4-point lead with 30 seconds left. Also, Melo got the drive into the basket with 28 seconds left, dunked it within 1 second. And we fouled Melo in this game right at the very front end of that 30 seconds and sent it to the line. And then also with 26 seconds in the first game, about 28 seconds In this one, Dirk backs someone down and shoots a fadeaway jumper that airballs. Fortunately for us in this game, he gets fouled, makes his foul shots. Melo comes down and hits another three, but since Dirk made his free throws, we win the game. So very deja vu there at the end. Another good basketball game to watch, a very tough basketball game to watch. Physical, it's getting nasty out there. These teams are really growing to not like each other. And it'll be fun to watch game 5. Are we going to win game 5? I don't know. I have a confidence. Maybe that's just because I'm a pure fan. We're going to have to prove we can win on the road against Denver. As good as we are at home, Denver's better than we are at home. I mean, they just are. So Dallas going to really have a gut check if they want to win this game on game 5. Denver, I think they understand that Dallas is not a pushover team, and for that reason, they're going to come out blazing. Dallas better be prepared to match it and hopefully surpass it. But tonight's night belongs to Dallas, and I'm proud of the guys. 3-1 series should be 2-2, but got to take what we can get. Good job, Dallas. Good job, Mavs. Game 5, Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Go Dallas.